Hillary Clinton is in the news again, and it's not for something that's good. Shocker. She came out today, and she was on CNN, I believe, and she said that white Christian men are causing the most damage to the United States. So it's actually MSNBC, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, she came out, and she said that white Christian men are doing the most damage to the United States. And I just don't think that that's true, but nevertheless, let's play the clip. And to preface it, she's not looking great these days. Take a watch.
We haven't gotten to the more perfect union, and we fought a civil war over part of it. And people have been protesting, for hundreds of years that, things were not as they should be, given our ideals and how we should be moving toward them. So I think that's what makes us so special as a country. And the idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology, is just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for. And we were on the path toward that. I mean, imperfectly, lots of, bumps along the way, but I agree with you, we were on the right trajectory.
Let me.
Hillary. What she's referencing, folks, let me put this down. What she's referencing is saying that people more and more are talking about how we need to get back to what America was. A lot of people in this country are saying America was better when it was majority white. And if you look at the statistics, you look at the job numbers, you look about how we were having more kids back at that time, people were employed, families, the nuclear family was intact. We didn't have all the godlessness or the crime or the problems we have now. It's true. This is how it is. And when the country was more Christian, it was better as well. And she goes on to say how we were on the trajectory to getting away from that. We were on the trajectory to having a more inclusive, a better society. And obviously, we don't have it in her eyes. Now, what she's insinuating is that if I would have won, the country would be better off. If I would have won, then we would be more inclusive. And it's funny, she kind of contradicts herself because in one hand, she's saying people are saying the country was good. We were kind of getting onto that track. We were going into the direction of it being good, in her opinion. Which is to say, she says now that America isn't a majority white country and it's not a majority Christian country, that we're not on that path, which is odd because in one hand you're saying if we were on that path to being more inclusive and a better country, but now we're not. So you're saying one thing, but you're also saying that we're not going to go back to what you guys wanted, which was the majority white, majority Christian country, as to say it's better now. So on one hand, you're saying it's better now, but the other hand, you're saying we could have been on the path to being a better country. So you're contradicting yourself. But furthermore, aren't you white and Christian? It doesn't make sense. Honestly, she's just a political mouthpiece at this point for the Democratic Party or for liberalism. Obviously, one of the more mainstream, moderate Democrats, neoconservative types. Somebody politically irrelevant now. Nobody is thinking about her at all. She looks awful. But notice how the Democratic Party more and more is bashing white men in particular and bashing Christianity. When it just feels like it's coming back now. Like Gen Z is converted to Catholicism at crazy rates and becoming Christian and going back to church in general at crazy rates. And so now they see that this country, they're going to lose power. They see that that's already happening. They're already losing influence. They're already losing all of the credibility they have with mainstream media, and that's dying. But more and more when people start to become invested in religion, in traditionalism, in Christianity, and they start to see things on the outside for what they really are, they start to see like, oh no, you don't deserve this power. All this stuff that you're kind of painting for us as a picture of how to actually live, it's not right. And the nuclear family's coming back. And this isn't going to be the country that Hillary Clinton wanted, but also, too, she's corrupt, as all of them are. She is one of the most corrupt. You look at her net worth now versus 20 years ago, 10 years ago, when she was in the administration, the Obama administration. It's like, there was 15 years ago, I should say, but like there's a big difference. She's been able to capitalize off of all of this stuff, essentially being a lawmaker, and been able to make a lot of money from doing so. And she's preached to a lot of people about how they ought to act, calling people deplorables, just constantly demeaning these people that voted Trump or that are on the right. And now she's mad when these people, these kids that have grown up in particular, are saying, hey, we don't like you because you've talked down to us for a decade, in some instances a decade and a half. And the country's going a different way. And good. So it is what it is, but it's quite obvious that she's losing lots of relevance. And she hasn't been very relevant for a very long time, but she's obviously very bitter that she lost in 2016. And so, what are you going to do? But that's the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you would like to financially support the show more, if you've stayed to this point, for as little as 99 cents per month, you can support the Luke Papala Show and this channel in general. What that'll be able to do is make the content better for you, make it more entertaining for you. We'll be able to spend your money that you're donating to us, thank you, on things like better sound, better cameras, a better studio, perhaps. Eventually, we'll be making content besides the podcast, besides the clips, going into more comedy, sketch comedy, stuff like that. But in particular, this is something that we're offering for the first time now, and multiple tiers. For the more expensive one, you'll be able to have your name read at the end of every podcast episode, which is kind of cool. But for as low as 99 cents per month, you'll be able to financially support the show for the first time ever. But if you can't do that, subscribing is free. Hitting the bell to be notified about all of our posts here is free. A like is free. We appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much to everybody who watched to this point. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.